All right, welcome to AGILE Scrum. It's gonna be day 4, and we are almost in transition of week 2 and day 1. And we will be learning from yesterday whatever we have learned, and we are right now focusing on Agile and Scrum of the combined track of business analysis, Agile Scrum track. As you know so far that agility being the foundation of any software delivery and business analysis being the pillar of that. And that's the reason we have taken these tracks together seriously as a combined. And you are here to become a future Scrum Master, want to get placed as a Scrum Master or business analyst. Okay, so why this is together? Because today the industry wants you to come with the combined skill. So because a project will not remain forever, sometime you need to deal in smaller projects, longer project, moderate project, and you should have the ability to switch the roles depending upon the projects and projects demand. And that's the very reason these combined tracks are entertained and these combined profiles are entertained. So to get place, what you need. So you need certain ground rules. Let me quickly remind you what are those. So this reminder is not just for you. This is going to be for me as well, just to know that whether few elements are being followed or not. And this code of honor, we need to remember every single day until we get placed. And that's the reason it requires to be reminded and revised in every single session. So what are these? So the very first one says that show up live. It means that you remain on time, remain punctual, and remain highly committed, because Agile is full of ceremonies. Ceremonies means meetings, and consider this training itself as a project. And you would find that more you will practice this here, there are chances once you get placed, you would be able to replicate that. Okay, and also it is said that what you do, how you do anything is how you do everything. You just practice, become the master, and start utilizing. There are certain things what you don't practice. So, I mean, what you don't do repeatedly, that you are practicing of not doing, and eventually the outcome of not doing will appear. I hope you understand this, right? So second one says that because you have started this first pillar of Guru School, that is instructor-led free training, and that's the reason you are here, because you chose the training, you become the student. But we demand you not to be student, just be the full stack student. What does it mean? It means that do all the assignments that is said or unsaid. Till yesterday, you have experience of doing unsaid assignment. Means what? Means that unsaid assignments are whatever you have learned. We want to know whether you have really learned it or not. And for that, you need to share the summary of the day. Okay. Summary of the day. And said assignments are those where we will ask you to do certain activity. Like today, we will ask you to do certain activity, and you will be spending your time doing that activity and let us know whether you did it or not. So yeah, that is one thing. And second thing is that in this second code of honor, do all the assignment, also do the self research, whatever you have learned. Let's not go ahead with that only, because we want you to come back with the experienced person. You need to become an experienced person of that topic. And that's the reason we want you to go back and do your own self research as well, and repeat whatever you have learned. Because at the end of the track, you should sound like a pro. Okay, you should sound like that you have real-time experience. And that's the reason when you will start doing these all things, you will find that one day is adding equivalent value of 1 year to you. So that's the reason this is that equivalently important. This is that equally important. Okay. So that is the second code of honor. And third code of honor says that take the full responsibility. When you will continue to do these all things, what you will find, you are attracting success. And obviously and easily and happily, you can take the responsibility of that. But at the same time, when you don't do that, you will attract failure. And until unless you won't take the responsibility of this failure, you won't be able to correct that. And when you correct that, then only it will not remain just failure. It will become the trail for the success. And that's the reason you need to take the full responsibility of both. Let me know as yes if you are with me, everyone.
Yes.
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 One of you are understanding what I mean here.
Yes.
And this is very serious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the fourth one is says that to do so, it really required, a trained mindset. Trained mindset means you should have the continuous learning mindset. You become a lifelong learner because you are the agilist. Okay. And to remain so, you need to inculcate positive mindset. And why? Because again, you are agilist. And when you will inculcate positive mindset continuously, you will find yourself becoming complaint free, and more complaint free you will become. You find yourself loaded with gratitude. More you are loaded with gratitude, it means that you are generating more one chemical is called as dopamine hitting the happiness, and happiness is today's productivity. And you will find that you are really adding value wherever you are working. And to have such mindset, you need to increase your receptivity the moment you start your day. And that's the reason when you start your day, we encourage you to follow a 30 days challenge. And for that, we ask you to we ask you after that session, just ask for this 30 days challenge, where you are supposed to listen to this audio program for next 30 days. That will start helping you to impact every single activity in your day, and you will start seeing its outcomes very different. All right. And that's the reason this is a 40 minutes long audio, and that should be completed and repeated every single day for next 30 days. In case you miss even a single day, you need to start it from the scratch. This 40 minutes audio can be consumed every single day in chosen time slot. Like if you're doing some activity like jogging, walking, or exercising or running, that time you just put it into X mode and finish it up within 20 minutes, and you're done for the day. And you start seeing the outcome on your day-to-day activity. Automatically, you will be surprised at how this program is helping you to move further. And eventually, once you start getting placed, you will find that how it has impacted you in a way that you are contributing really positively in every single delivery of your project. So as a business analyst or Scrum Master. Okay, although it is not exactly technical and it has to do anything with the agility or business analysis, but it has to do with the perception. The way you deliver, the way you talk to your customers or peers or seniors, everything will be changed. Okay, so that's the reason I recommend this for each one of you to do. In fact, many of my students are doing this. They are repeating this. I personally listen to this every single day, not just for 30 days. Okay. Second one says that start your deep learning, because we are getting into deep learning. You need to know the golden quadrant of learning. What is golden quadrant of learning? Golden quadrant of learning is that declare anything with anchor. Okay, declare with anchor. So, and then get into deep learning, and then within 24 hours, draw on a piece of paper whatever you have learned, and then summarize it back in a way that even 5 years old can understand. And let me quickly tell you one very important thing, and that I have shared in the past as well. I believe and assume that you have seen ship at harbor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that ship at harbor, with anchor, it may stand tall. But when there is no anchor in the entire night, there are chances it may get lost its way from the harbor. it may wander, okay? And your focus is just like a ship, okay? That requires to stand tall in every single session whenever you are learning. And to make it stand tall in the ocean of thought, we need to put a bodily anchor. And bodily anchor is nothing but a body movement, and that we need to declare and then get into deep learning. So what we are going to do is that at the count of three, at the count of what, everyone? At the count of
Three.
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 Yes. So at the count of three, what we are going to do is that we are going to put a body anchor. Body anchor is nothing but a self clap, that is a self high five, and repeat what you see on the screen selected in blue. Do you all see that?
Yes.
Yes. So let's get started. 1, 2, 3, and clap and repeat after me. I am a quick learner.
I am a quick learner.
Quick
What
learner.
others can learn and master.
What others can learn and master.
I too can do that.
I too can do that.
You can do that.
One more time, what you are going to do is that you are going to follow me at the count of three. You are going to put a body anchor, that is a self high five or clap, and then repeat one more time what is selected on the screen now. So 1, 2, 3, and clap and repeat. Because I am an awesome learner.
Because I'm an awesome
I am
learner.
an awesome learner.
Today's learning is going to be
Today's learning is going to be
super duper easy to me.
super duper easy to me.
Exactly. Yes, it is going to be. In case you have put the anchor, definitely it is going to be. You are going to experience that. And remember, on this journey, I want each one of us to be a giver. First, because you are learning on this path of learning, you need to keep your ego away because you are coming with the vast experience, various industry experience, you have life experiences. Okay, some of you have 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, 16 years, 26 years, 30 years. But when this much of experience you are loaded with, you may sound like, oh, few things I really do that I don't need to learn it. Okay, and that can keep you away from some deep learning. And when you keep your ego away, that will keep you more spiritually grounded, means more happiness, chemical increases, that increases your productivity on the path of growth, and that opens the wide horizon for learning, and you will be able to relate it at the deeper level with the new perspective, even if you might be knowing some topic. And that will bring the kind of matured way of handling a project once you get placed. And once you get placed, you will start definitely earning. And if you are today already earning, have an intent of charity, of giving away whatever you are going to earn, at least 5 or 10% of that, because when you give, you grow. When you receive, you may survive. And I'm sure none of you are here for the survival, but for the growth. So just don't start giving away for the sake of growth, but also to inspire others. That is going to be your inspired action to impact the financial area of your life as well. And it is also said, what goes around comes around. And while you are doing so, appreciate what you do, what others are doing for you. And even something does not happen to you, does not seem like happening to you in your favor, continue to appreciate that, because that is preparing you for the next phase of the betterment of the project of your life. And another universal law is that what you appreciate appreciates you back. Having said so, let's quickly have a look at our connectivity days, that Sunday to Monday, how will we remain connected? Sunday to Saturday. Okay, Sunday going to be technical session at 9:30 p.m. EST. Tuesday, we are going to have the next day of the session, and Wednesday, again, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is going to be your technical session at 9:30 p.m. EST. And Tuesday, you are supposed to attend RRP session with RRP team, your HR and Devji. Why RRP session need to be repeated? This is a very important question, because that creates your visibility, that increases your credibility, and that pushes you and HR for your marketability, because that signifies that how significant your placement is. It shows that you are really in need. You are not here just for training, and for that you need to really continue to be behind your HR so that they can continue to start marketing your CV. And that's the reason we encourage you to, even it sounds repetitive, please attend RRP session every single time parallelly to this technical session that happens every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Recently, I see that it has been started on Sunday as well. So you choose the time slot. These RRP sessions are never recorded, and it's always live. And even if it is repetitive, please do that. I'm repeating it the third time. All right. Friday, do assignments if any remaining. Thursday, you can do the assignment of Sunday. Friday of Wednesday, Wednesday will be of Monday assignment. Thursday will be of Monday assignment, and Friday will be of Tuesday assignment. And Saturday, you can choose to relax and get into the deeper level of research, whatever you are learning, repeat whatever you wanted to learn, and do the assignment if at all left off, or prepare any question that you can ask again on Sunday. Is it crystal clear to everyone that how you are
Yes.
going to remain connected? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your confirmation, everyone. So now we are going to get started at Agile now. So till yesterday, we saw what? Do you all remember what did we see yesterday?
Agile principles.
Exactly. We saw
Principles.
Agile
And
principles.
frameworks.
Yes, Agile's principle, framework, and today we are going to learn something important. So it's not important that we are every single word, but I'm going to give you why in every project agility is important. And while agility is important in every project for the faster delivery, Agile recommends you, and in fact, the industry recommends you to come back with the various certifications. There are n number of the certifications, okay? And why you need to do those certifications? See, here in Guru schools, when you will learn BA and Agile Scrum track at the end, once you complete your 70% of attendance, and after 2 or 3 months, you are going to get your completion certificate. That only tells you that you have completed some diploma of business analysis and Scrum. However, let me tell you how students appear over here. When they attend the program, you would be surprised to know that by the end of 3rd week or 4th week, many people and many students come back with the various certifications. Yes, you heard it right. It's just not that you are here waiting for the certificate of completion. People go back, do the various organizational certification, like directly from the scrum.org, directly from Scrum Alliance, directly from SAFE, directly from PMI, various certifications they do. What all such certifications are available and what could be the recommended one? I'm going to tell you that. So few example of the certification is from Project Management Institute is ACP, then SAFE certification, that is Scaled Agile Framework Enterprise, Kanban certification related to DevOps. Okay, there are Scrum Master certification in a different level, but you can start with the foundational level from the level 1, and then you can also choose to do product owner. You don't need to wait till the entire course to get completed. In fact, the moment you may start sounding like, and you are doing your own self-research, you start sounding like that you are really building up with the confidence, your mindset, you can choose to attain the various certification. So the recommended one is from Scrum Alliance, Scrum Master certification, and also from SAFE. I would suggest you, because these certification come with some extra money, you choose such certification that will let you do some foundational certification for free of the cost, and you start feeling confidence in a way that you may realize that you are now ready to do organizational level certification, which are recommended and which are most demanded certification in the industry that you can do. So just to let you know, from where you can start studying from the Scrum study. Okay, you can take the note of it. So you can start studying from Scrum study. Okay, and from Scrum study you can do a foundational course of Scrum that is called as SFC. What it is called as, everyone?
SFC.
Yes, that's right. So you do this certification initially for free. I think Pallavi is here and she has done some certification, right, Pallavi?
PSM.
Yes.
Yeah, PSM.
Yeah. And I think before the track was just getting completed, she has done a couple of certifications. So I'm happy and really glad to know that many of you have that potential to do that. So just don't underestimate yourself that you can't do it. Hope everyone is listening to me and with me. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
One second. PFC or SFC?
I have typed into the chat window.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So, and let me confirm whether I have really typed into the chat window.
Yes. Yes, you
I
do.
have.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So there are a few more few more certifications you can do, like Agile leadership, Agile coaching, enterprise coaching, P4MR. So you can take the screenshot of it and you can choose to do. There are n number of certifications. There are just few for the namesake. I have put it here. Okay. And while you would be doing the certification, everyone, when you will be getting placed, someone was interested to know and was really asking me that do we require to practice these tools, that tool, or something like that. Okay, and do we get time to do it into the deeper level? So yes, Pallavi is right. It is Scrum Fundamental Certified. And this will really make you feel proud if you could clear it. And I'm sure by the end of third week, you may be able to crack such certification, clear such certification exam. So yes, and now let me, yes, Jyoti, that's free, and that's the reason I really am recommending to all of you to start doing this so that you can attempt the real one. Okay,
Paid one. Yeah.
paid one. Yes, that's right. So now, so once you would get placed, what you are going to experience? Once you will get placed, you are going to experience something as very, very important, that you will start working with some tools, okay, in your day-to-day activity. For the namesake, there are few.
They want us to do things.
Just give me a second, everyone. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just sharing back again. Yeah. So for the namesake, I have included few tools like Jira, Asana, Trello, Zoho Sprint, Rick, Ice Cream, Taiga, Scrumpy, Handsoft, UTrack, and there are many more which has not been included over here. So any of such tools or couple of such tools will be given to you once you will be placed, and you are supposed to utilize those tools. Are you with me, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there is one now said assignment. Okay. Listen it very carefully. And I'm not going to repeat that. So can I have your attention, please, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I want you to do is this. Pick any tool from this list. Pick any tool from this list. Okay. Number one. Number two, what you are going to do is that in the chat window or after the session, you announce into the WhatsApp group. Okay. You can take time up to your evening, up to your morning. Okay. Morning 10 to 11 a.m. Decide one tool that you are going to pick up. Once you have picked up in your mind any tool name, what you are going to do is that go and create free trial version or free account for the trial period of yourself on these tool in one of these two. Are you clear till here?
Yes.
Yes.
Any doubt till here? No?
No.
Okay.
Wait,
So
you have to pick pick any of these and create a trial.
any one tool, create your account over there, free account for trial purpose. Okay. And if it gives you for free for lifetime, create one account. Okay. Once you are done with that, now I want you to come back on next Sunday telling me that you, your own self, really sit in that tool, you spend time with that tool, you explore that tool, and you understand to know what all are the possibility in this tool that you can do. Okay, you need to learn the tool by your own self by exploring it. Okay, you need to understand that tool. I want you now to become the expert in researching. Okay, I want you to learn that tool by your own self. You don't have to ask, okay, what exactly we have to do. Yes, you have to do this only thing, that you have to open the tool, know the tool, get acquainted with the tool, so that around after 6th week, we will get into at the deeper level of the any tool. Then you should be able to perform some activity in that tool. Is it clear? The simple instruction is that choose a tool and start getting acquainted with that tool, start being aware of that tool, start utilizing that tool, know how to use that tool, and what all you can do in that tool. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. This is your activity, and it has to be finished till next Sunday. Okay.
Yeah.
Any doubt? Any doubt?
No.
If you have any doubt,
No,
please
sir.
ask me now. You please don't ask me later.
Do we need to submit anything on these
No,
tools?
no, no. You don't have to submit, but it doesn't mean that I have asked you and you won't do that. So I'm going to ask something. Okay, I am going to ask something, and then I would realize and I would understand really whether you have done it or not. Okay.
Okay, and in the meantime, in case we have we need any help with anything,
so
we
first,
can reach out.
yes, you can definitely reach out. See, I am accessible for you. Me and Prerna are accessible to you. But before you could reach out to us, I want you to reach out to your own intelligence. Okay. And because you have that capability to unlearn something and learn something new. Okay. First, you yourself crack the code, what exactly this tool want to do and how to use that tool. See, once first time you bring any microwave at your home and some engineer comes in, he installs it, you don't understand that in first time, but gradually you understand learning that. You don't know the entire feature of that microwave or even a refrigerator, but you know the basics and you start using that, and in couple of years you feel like, okay, you are very you are easily using that, you are very comfortable in using those appliances. Does it happen to everyone?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So consider one tool like this, be familiar with that. I want you to be familiar with one of the tools. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Would you do that 100%, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I trust you would do that. So these things I wanted you to do. Now, literally move further and understand this. Okay. Now let's understand Agile and Scrum. Okay. Prerna, can you take this slide, and then I would take the another slide then, if you're there. Prerna, are you there?
Say hi, Gaurav.
Yeah. Can you take this slide? Then I'll move to the next one.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So till now, hey, hi guys. Good evening. Till now, we've understood the Agile manifesto, Agile principle, what is Agile, and overall how you work in Agile setup. So now this is a tip. By the way, this is also a very typical interview question. Okay, because many a times these terms are used interchangeably. So people think it's one and the same thing, but let us have clarity that they are not. Okay. So there are 3 points. I just want 3 different volunteers to read one by one. So can someone read the first point, please?
I
Yeah,
can read.
I will.
I can.
Yeah. The key difference between Agile and Scrum is that while Agile is a project management philosophy which utilizes a core set of values or principles, Scrum, sorry, I have to minimize. Okay, Scrum is a specific Agile methodology that is used to facilitate a project.
Yes, thank you so much for reading it out. See, here it is clearly stated that Agile, yeah, Kira, not an issue. You're back, we're happy. So Agile is basically a way of how you manage a project. Okay. So if I have to consider Agile as a particular standard, say standard 5th, okay, then Scrum is one of its subjects. It can be maths, it can be science, it can be anything, right? Because like Scrum, there are other ways to implement Agile as well, which can be Kanban and XP and other things like that, which I think Gaurav did yesterday, right? So first of all, try to have this understanding that though these words are commonly used, though these words are many times commonly interchangeably used or like synonymously used, there is a vast difference. It's just like Agile is a way how you implement a project. Like we always call as Agile is a methodology. Okay, Agile generally is followed by this word called methodology. That simply means Agile gives us directions, rules, principles, and manifestos to implement or to work on a project. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so when somebody asks you which standard you are in or which school you are in, so you might say I'm in this school, I'm in this standard, right? But that's a very generic way. Okay, then which exam do you have, or which are your favorite subjects, or what are your preferred whatever subjects or languages? Nowadays you have preference in higher grades, so that from that angle. So then you can say, okay, if we are following Agile methodology and we are using Scrum, because you can also use Kanban, you can also use XP, and you can also use some hybrid things like where you can take best of both at times. So are you able to understand the difference? What is Agile and what is Scrum? Though they sound like it's just one and the same thing, but no. And the difference of Scrum or what we do in Scrum, that will come forward. Like we have different ceremonies in Scrum. We have different particular roles in Scrum. Like we have a Scrum. Every Scrum would have a Scrum master. They will have a development team. Now, development team is something that consists of everybody, a developer, tester, BA, architect, consultant, everyone. But still, that team is called as development team. Whereas traditionally, in every IT setup, a development team generally consists of developers. Okay, but here it's a mix of all the skilled resources. You remember yesterday we learned about skilled resources, self-organized team. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So all these concepts that we are learning, they belong to Scrum. So can we move to second point? I think after learning all these pointers, you will have a better understanding. Then I'll come and ask you, are you confident or do you have any doubts? Okay. Second point, please.
Agile is a continuous iteration of development and testing in the software development process, whereas Scrum is an agile process to focus on delivering the business value in the shortest time.
It out. So what it says is that agile is a continuous process, and I think we learned this yesterday also, that we work in iteration, like it's a repetitive pattern. Yeah. So basically, it's like the time limit is called as a sprint, these are new words, just try to listen to them and remember them and understand their meaning. So first of all, if someone asks you what methodology you're working on, so you might say, okay, we are working on, we are working in agile methodology, and we have a sprint of 2 weeks. When you say I have a sprint of 2 weeks, that means we as a team, we as a Scrum team, we have planned to deliver all the activities or all the requirements or the sprint goal within 2 weeks of time. Okay. Same way, you can have a sprint of 4 weeks or 3 weeks. So what it means is, starting the first day till the last day of that sprint, it's like your timetable, it's like your schedule. You have to deliver during this time. Okay. So why this is important and why it is called as repetitive is that generally we have a fixed length sprint. Okay. Please jot these words down. These are like the keywords: fixed length sprint. Why do I call it? Because in discussions, in interviews, sometimes, just to sound little tricky, they might ask you this kind of question, like, does sprint varies in length, or does sprint changes over the agile methodology? So the typical answer is no. Every sprint is repeatable and it's fixed in length, as in the sprint cycle is repeated. So if I have my first sprint, as in my first duration of 2 weeks, definitely my second sprint will also, rather should be, of 2 weeks only. Okay. So it's like a pattern. Every 2 weeks you're delivering, you're presenting something to the customer. So that is why it is called as the first word. It is called as, it's a continuous development. Okay. So every 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks sprint, you're developing something and you're delivering. So that's why it's a continuous iteration of delivery. Everybody understands the word iteration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody has
Yes.
doubt in that word, please.
Prerna ma'am, you said about the fixed sprint. Can you just explain that one more time?
Sure, no worries. So basically, it's like, how you have your school schedule repeated every week. Like generally, I mean, during our times,
Yes.
Monday schedule used
Yes.
to be same, yeah, and the next Monday it
Every
will
Monday.
again be same. So the entire week schedule was same,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
That's why we used to call it as a weekly timetable. I mean, I'm coming from the days of my school, that is like around 20 plus years back, right? So weekly schedule, right? And that was repeatable unless there is an annual exam or a sports day or something like that. Same way, same pattern. In agile, we have a fixed duration that is assigned for development, and that duration is called as sprint. So what is the expectation? The expectation is that you need to complete the development of whatever work that is assigned for that duration within that time. So generally, that duration is called as sprint. See, you tell me, you have a project and you have per se given 100 requirements and you have per se 3 months. How would you do all that? Even during your exams, you used to have a schedule, right? Like, okay, today I'll complete 5 chapters, or I might complete this subject, or I will take 2 3 subjects, because studying one subject is very monotonous, or you kind of get little pressure that, okay, only one subject. So basically I used to have an earlier to early pattern, I remember, because that's the way it worked for me. So you have that structure or the schedule with you, how you go. Same way, even sprint, if someone just gives you a project and gives you a timeline, you have to plan it out. Like, okay, if I have, say, per se, 4 months for 100 requirements, I'm just giving a number for simplicity, for visualizing. So I need to complete at least 25 requirements in 1 month. That means in half month, like in 15 days, I need to complete at least 12 to 13 requirements. So if I have my sprint of 2 weeks, then I need to complete 12 to 13 requirements. That would be again definitely depending on the requirements, on the priorities, on the guidance, or as per the requirement of the customer.
So now you see how you break it, and why do you break it? You break it to complete the requirement and deliver the requirement, and you break it as per the sprint. So generally, sprint is only a time duration that is for our convenience, or it is a way agile is implemented. So 15 days, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks, depending on the timeline you and candidate, you and customer decide. Make sense?
Yes.
Prerna ma'am, one
Okay.
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Like suppose like yesterday also like Gaurav sir said that sprint can be like 1 day to 30 days, but the average is 2 weeks, right? So like suppose the
Yes.
project is 6-month project.
Mhm.
So I'm just trying to understand. So like, do we have to have like, is it mandatory? Like we have to have 2 weeks all for the 6 months, or like after 2 months, like suppose the customer came back with some requirement or something like, then after 2 months or 3 months, can we change the sprint, or for the 6
See,
months, it has to be fixed
to
when
be
we will
very honest, as per the principles or as per the methodology, it's recommended you go with the fixed length sprint.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. But now let me give you my personal example recently what had happened. So because of the long holidays in you know, internationally, like honestly, the month of December is like a chill month worldwide, right? Because we have Christmas, we have long holidays, people
Right.
go out to meet their family, everybody's out, and everybody's out of messages just keeps coming to your mails. Okay. So so for that month, like exceptional month or something extraordinary, that month, and it's in some cases, okay, I'm not even saying it's a hard and fast thing. In some times when situation is a little tricky, or you know, then you can, it's a flexibility given, but recommendation is, because see, your customer might be from I would say uh, Arab countries, okay, so they are not much into the December and the Christmas thing, okay, or you are dealing with Indian clients wherein entire year celebration is going on, so we don't focus too much on Christmas because we have other like Diwali and other Shravan, other things also wherein you have equal distribution of holidays. So because see, even internationally, when December is very a cool off month, but then in India, if you ask us as a third party or as a outsource location, we still work. I wouldn't say the pressure is too much, but still there is work, right? Because for us, it's like the end of the third quarter, banking work is there, everything is there. So that point of view, I'm saying it depends on the mutual agreement. But if somebody asks you, the answer should be yes, sprints are defined at a fixed length. And why is that? Because if you have variety of length or variety or changes in the length, it will be very difficult for you only to maintain. Okay, this was 2 weeks, now this is 4 weeks, and it doesn't have that continuity.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So basically, a sprint is a fixed time bound period, and agile is how you deliver. So you achieve the work, you do the deployment, do the development, and then once you deliver, that way agile gets implemented. Then you say, okay, we implemented, we've completed this sprint, and we have delivered this to the customer. Okay, makes sense?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Third point, please.
Scrum is a framework. Scrum is a framework utilizing an agile mindset for developing, delivering, and sustaining complex products, with an initial emphasis on software development, although it has been used in other fields, including research, sales, marketing, and advanced technologies.
Now, this statement is kind of repetitive of the above two statements from agile point of view, because it's saying that this is a mindset, this is a process of how we deliver and develop and manage the complex project. And along with that, it's stating that it's not only used in IT. So see, why we have included these kind of pointers is because there is a chance that during your interviews, in the flow of the discussion, some people might tend to check your knowledge or understanding, and they might ask you that is agile specific to IT. right? And what happens generally, we read agile only with respect to development, deployment. We have that notion, okay, which is a false notion, that yes, agile is only specific to IT, whereas it's not. It's like say if somebody asked you, is mathematics used only in accounting? So no, right? It is heavily used in science as well, right? So because maths being base of everything, so same way agile methodology is not confined to IT. It can be used, and rather it is used in all the other industries or stratas, if you have to call it. So basically research, sales, marketing. So any industry which has people, which has delivery, it can be, it can be fashion industry for that matter, because they also have very strict timelines. It can be gold industry, it can be jewelry making, it can be plastic, it can be anything, it can be any other industry uh, that is catering to dynamic environment, that their customer is very demanding and they have complex system, can and does many a times implement agile. So what should be your answer if somebody asks you, is agile only used in IT? How should you answer? No, no,
No.
and yes. I know no is a complete statement, but after that, yes. So you just can't say no. Like, okay, then, so no, it is used in variety of industries like sales, marketing, research, depending on the complexity of their project and their way of implementation. See, you should always give some, I would say, evidence or some basic explanation that would help to support your answer or support your argument in case. Okay, makes sense?
Yeah.
I heard somebody's page turning, and I'm so happy that you're making notes. So kudos to whosoever is doing that. That's really nice. And whenever we say jot down this keyword or mention that, please write that keyword in some other color, or at least in the same color, and just encircle. So you should know that you have to use that word during discussions. Okay. Yeah. Gaurav, if you have logged in, I have not logged in today from laptop. Can you just go to the next screen, please, if you can?
Okay. Do you want me to take the next slide?
No, I can take it. The same,
Okay.
I think, right? We have the same. So yeah, I'll go ahead with this, then you can go ahead with the next one. So see, here we are continuing the same discussion, and this trying to understand it more deeply. So what is agile? See here, it's so nicely shown. See, deliver incrementally shown in like the small boxes of same width. Do you see this? Can you observe this? People who are good visually, can you see those squares? Those are of same length. Okay, so they are ultimate. Yes, so initially they are like a small box of same length, but ultimately when you see, they just form a complete arrow, like a completion thing, and they deliver. You get the point? So and also it is mentioned that it is deliver incrementally instead of all at once. So it's basically, it's not that you're doing everything at once, you're doing everything in chunk or bits in bits and pieces, and slowly that is piling up towards the completion. It's like how you eat food. You can't gulp your entire plate, right? It's very logical. See, everything, why I love IT or all these teachings are because everything is so practical. There is nothing that will be out of the world and you might feel how that works. No, it's like having your food, you go morsel by morsel, like you go by one bite and second bite. You don't just gulp like the way they show you in Tom and Jerry and other awesome cartoons for our old times, right? Like how Papa used to have this spinach, you remember? He used to open the can and open his mouth wide and used to just drop everything in his mouth. You remember Popeye the Sailor Man? Anybody? Yeah, one of my favorites. Yeah. So I always wondered how he eats spinach like that because you barely could eat it with the roti or the rice. So no, that is actually cartoon. But here in Agile, whatever delivery, whatever work we do is always step by step, chunk by chunk. That's why it is called as deliver incrementally. Now, if you say deliver incrementally is also a keyword. So when you talk to somebody, see, you have to be very subtle the way you present yourself, but with strong arguments or strong words, right? So if you run around the bushes saying, oh no, we give piece by piece, or we give in chunks, that doesn't sound that professional, right? I use these words for the explanation part, but when you talk to someone during interviews, you should say, yes, in Agile we have incremental delivery. So when you use this word incremental delivery or delivers incrementally, the other person who is hopefully knowledgeable enough, they know that you know. So if somebody is a Friends fan, they know it, that they know that we know that we know that they know. I'm sorry for others who do not know the reference, but Friends series fans will get that because I am the one. Yeah. So basically, they know that you know the concepts and you are done. So you are already in the positive or the plus. Yeah.
Oh,
Somebody's
sorry.
saying something.
Yeah, I am. So in a way, like incrementally, it's like you're taking little by little and slowly you're putting it all together. It's like
don't use the word slowly. Don't use the word slowly. So it's actually little by little planned delivery. Slowly, it's because see, Agile is very fast paced. You have only 2 weeks or 4 weeks. So honestly, slowness doesn't come in the picture. You actually have to be, very fast and very quick, because we don't have enough of time. And you always can check. We are mentioning that the projects are complex. The projects are difficult. The projects are complex in nature. So in such a scenario, when you have such complexity, when you have such short timeline, you really cannot work. And then we have the best of resources, right? We learned yesterday. The resources are skilled, they are self-organized. See, it's like having Avengers in your team. So they won't be slow. They will have all that third and that smashing thing. And but whatever they will do the best, because they are the best that you have chosen. So it's simply like that. You have the best of people from your organization to deliver to the client, even whose requirements are complex. Make sense? See, all these examples are just that, so that concept sticks to your mind. Okay, don't go into the Avenger series right now. Go later, but just try to visualize them like your Scrum team. Like everybody has their own tool. Somebody has a hammer, somebody has a shield, somebody has some other powers. But then they know what they are doing and they support each other. Trust me, Agile is not that superheroic, but similar. Everybody, like, if there is a tester, the tester would have that feeling towards a developer that, okay, I should be testing that well, so the development goes smoothly and there are no bugs. Okay. Generally, otherwise, development and testers are supposedly, what they say, like dushman, jani dushman. That means they're like they are the enemies forever. But then in Agile, they work so smoothly, because one builds something like developer and testers tries to break it. Okay, so enough on this. So deliver incrementally instead of all at once. So you can actually have Popeye's example, like how he used to eat spinach. No, we go step by step. So yeah, can someone read the first point? It's, I think, the similar one, but still, yeah.
May I, ma'am?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
The distinction between sprint and Scrum is that they are two linked but different terms. Scrum is a framework often used in Agile methodology, and a sprint is part of Scrum's framework structure. Scrum gives meetings, tools, and roles, while a sprint is a defined period of creating a feature.
Yes. So we have now you understood why I gave so much explanation in the earlier slide. So they are just saying that Agile is a way of methodology, and Scrum is how we implement it. So what does Scrum have? So Scrum have meetings, Scrum have rules. So Scrum has actually different ceremonies. We don't call them meetings. They have ceremonies. Such a beautiful word. See, ceremony. Can you imagine having these kind of words in professional setup? It sounds so good. So where were you? I was in a Scrum ceremony. Somebody might feel you're in some party, but no, that Scrum ceremony was client review, client retrospective, or a kickoff meeting or planning meeting. So such a beautiful use of words it has, and it really has a lot of meaning. So Scrum gives you a lot of events that you have to, I would say, arrange as a Scrum master or attend as a team member. Scrum also gives you a lot of understanding of that process, like when you talk to the customer, when you do introspection within your team. So Scrum is, if you ask me, it's beautiful, it's very good, it's very easy, easy to understand. I'm not saying to implement, but easy to understand. So we learned this. And by the way, yes, sprint is a defined period for creating a feature. Feature means requirements, whatever the customer has given, feature, requirement, change request, you can call it everything. So see how beautifully it has mentioned that sprint is a defined period for creating a feature. So it's just like, instead of using normal English, they're trying to use this experience type of English. So defined period. So it's like a concrete period, a confirmed period. So it's already decided and defined for creating a particular requirement. You see the difference, how what it makes when you use casual words or when you use the proper keywords. Your answer should look like that, or your, if nobody would ask you to write it actually, but if you say it in such a manner, the impression that you build of your knowledge is out of the world. Like, nobody would ask you any other question because they know that on the lighter note. Yeah. So second point, please.
Scrum is a subset of Agile.
Subset of Agile. Yes. Yeah.
It is a lightweight process framework for Agile development and the most widely used one.
Yes. Yes. So yesterday, if you remember, Gaurav was telling you, he must have explained that, we use XP and Kanban also can be used with Agile. But generally, see, there are other ways how you can implement. But then, honestly, in my 12 to 13 years of implementing Agile, when I started, I have always used Scrum. I mean, I, as in all the organization that I have been part of, they use Scrum. So yes, there are organizations, they use Kanban and XP, but then I never got an opportunity to work on that personally. And if I have to ask widely, it's like how people associate India with curry, for what reasons God knows. So it is like a little biased, but then it works, right? Because we do have a lot of curries when I see other food. So same way, Agile is generally associated more with Scrum because it is widely used, it is more prominently used. Makes sense? This does that. And subset is, again, I told you, to implement Agile, we use Scrum. So it's like Scrum is a way you implement Agile. So subset means, like if you have 10 subjects, maths is a subset of that entire subjects category, right? Math, science. So it is a part of Agile. Okay. Yeah. Third point, please. It's a simple statement. Yeah.
It is a particular set of practices that must be followed in order for a process to be consistent with the framework. Like the Scrum process, framework requires the use of development cycles called sprints. The XP framework requires pair programming.
Yes. So basically, what they are saying is that to implement Agile, you have to follow a process. So generally in Agile, we follow Scrum. But then, like, Scrum has sprints, Scrum has deliveries, Scrum has events, Scrum has Scrum roles, which we will learn very soon. But if we have to consider XP, it has pair programming. That means, two people would, pair means two, right? A pair of two or some stuff like that. So they'll do two programming together. One can be a shadow, one can be an original. So see, it's just a comparative statement they have given. Even if you don't, I'm just making a statement. If you don't focus on much, it's fine, because as I mentioned, in my around 15 plus years of career, I've never got an opportunity to work on other, because it depends, right? Organization to organization. Even if your organization is following XP and Kanban, it is their moral duty and their, I would say, responsibility to ensure that you learn and you are being taught how it works. Because nobody expects everyone to know everything. Let me get this clear, okay? Even as an experienced person, your background, your understanding, your knowledge will definitely vary from somebody else, right? Because you have different set of experiences. So bottom line of this is Agile and Scrum go hand in hand. Scrum being a subset of Agile, and Scrum is a way we implement Agile. Is it okay? Any doubts in these two slides, please ask. or take some time, watch the recordings. If you want, you can do your own research, but we generally don't recommend only googling at once, because that can be confusing. You can watch videos from guru schools by other trainers on the same topic, or you can simply watch some short videos on YouTube explaining about what is the difference between agile and scrum. And if you feel you still have some doubts or something more that you would need explanation, please come back to us in the next session. Okay, because I know when we explain, things might sound little easy, or they might sound something very new to someone who never heard these words. So, okay, no worries. Take your time, understand, and come back to us. Okay. So, yeah, Gaurav, over to you if you wish to continue, please.
Yeah, Prerna, thank you so much. So,
Welcome,
yes,
yeah.
we'll continue from here. So, everyone, what you understand now that Agile may look like this as deliver what?
Incrementally.
Exactly, incrementally. Do you see that even a circle is not means drawn at once? It was dot by dot by dot by dot by dot. Do you agree? Yeah.
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 Likewise, we deliver a sprint by sprint by sprint. So, what is sprint? Let's understand that in coming few slides. Okay. So, while we are discussing this Agile and Scrum, so let's understand this as well, whether it is the same or not in more deeper level. So can someone read this first bullet?
It's lightweight means that the overhead of the process is kept as small as possible to maximize the amount of productive time available for getting useful work done.
Exactly. Thank you so much. So yes, lightweight means, easy accessible, easy usable, and it can be easy shippable and easy movable. Okay, it means that it's not bulky. Okay, it doesn't when it comes to bulky means that when it comes to its volume, its size, and its handling, so everything give you lightweight feeling. Okay, and uh, it also let you help to become more productive, and you can utilize more time and lesser time in the usage of it and the handling the software, but more time into the getting the result using the software. Okay, so that's when it comes to lightweight. So lightweight means sometimes you feel that you are utilizing some software even in the phone, your phone is hung. Have you ever experienced that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And in early days, there used to be some softwares where your mouse was even not able to move. Okay. So,
Yes.
those cumbersome softwares, they used to create a lot of, heavy, unnecessary, unwanted temporary files also, junk file also. But lightweight means that it has to give the easy to use experience to the users, and that's when there comes the lightweight software using Agile can be created. So let's understand the second bullet point. Who can read this?
I will.
Yeah, please.
A Scrum process is distinguished from another Agile process by specific concept and practices, divided into 3 categories of roles, artifact, and time boxes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for reading this out. So let's understand there are various processes in the Agile, but one of the processes is the Scrum process of the Scrum framework, and it has been categorized. Okay, it has been categorized in the 3 category. One is time boxing, another is artifacts, and another is role. In fact, we are getting into these elements, these subjects, these category in a very detailed manner in coming slides or in coming days. So that's the gist of this bullet point. Who can read the third one?
I can read this.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Scrum is most often used to manage complex software and product development using iterative and incremental practices. Scrum significantly increases productivity and reduces time to benefits relative to classic waterfall processes.
Okay. So now you understand that waterfall process is a classic process. We will understand this. And as I keep on saying that the Scrum is a framework, and it is always used in Agile. And what is the main purpose? So it continues to help you to deliver a software in an incremental and iterative manner, and in a continuous manner. Okay, it will help you to continue to deliver the smaller pieces of a larger project, and its impact is quite significant when it is delivered. Even customer experience sometime that really this approach has helped them to remain productive, and plus their vendor to be productive. Okay, and it reduces not only the time swapping, but also it reduces the various burden and various it releases various confusion and brings more clarity on the table. And that's the reason in Agile, most of the cases you will find the Scrum has been the foundation. Even if you are using Agile Kanban, some Scrum masters come and they try to reuse Scrum processes. However, those who use Kanban, they try to eliminate few part of Scrum process. Okay, but the actual Scrum master, they are fond of Scrum process. So once they have used it, that you will find. So I want someone to read the last
I'm
bullet.
reading it.
Yeah,
This
please,
is
go ahead.
Jyoti.
Yeah.
Scrum process enable organization to adjust smoothly to rapid changing requirements and produce a product that meets evolving business goals. An agile Scrum process benefits the organization by helping it to.
Okay, no problem. So we'll the understanding behind this third part is that excuse me, why Scrum was brought in the picture. Scrum was brought into the picture only to help the delivery to become smooth, and the way the changes were occurring and appearing. So the goals have to be achieved. So that has to be done in a step-by-step manner, not all at once. Okay, not all at once, and it would sound overwhelming to you, and you give up at the end while you're achieving the goal of giving the working software. Do you remember from yesterday that working software over as a Scrum values or agile principle?
Yes.
Agile principle, always working software is very, very important. So when the things are rapidly changing, requirements are coming, okay, and your customer is emphasizing that this time this goal has been changed, we want to include this feature, that feature, you are just documenting that them, and you are allowing in a backlog item to step in. You are allowing it to be the part of sprint. I'm going to explain sprint very, very soon. Understand time box is the sprint. Time box is a time frame, it's a time interval, it's a time duration, and this is called as sprint. Okay, and any project, piece of one project is given for certain timeline, in a certain timeline to be delivered. So one piece of a larger project will be delivered within a certain time duration. One sprint is as lesser than as a day, and as larger than as 4 weeks or a month. Okay, however, none of the this is what Scrum study says, this is what Scrum organization says. However, you will not find any Scrum any sprint of being a day, but as last time I said, it will be moderate of 15 days, and 15 not 15 days, it will be moderate of 2 weeks. 2 weeks becomes the 10 days. Okay, by considering the 2 weeks of 7 days, we generally say that 15 days, but it has to be 10 working days. With me so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the reason we call it as a 2 weeks. So it's a 10 working days. So now, while I was explaining you this, I also wanted you to quickly let you know one very important. I see that Varsha has raised her hand. So Varsha, do you have any question?
Yes, sir. It's regarding the third point. I mean, it's more like a confirmation more than a question. So if we are using agile methodology, so we can adapt more than one or two frameworks with that. And not necessarily that, we follow all the procedures. It's just we can take some features from one of the frameworks and some features from other frameworks, depending on the project needs.
Absolutely, Varsha. Very well said. And can I tell you a very important thing? And listen it very closely, everyone. You would be working in an organization tomorrow. And this is very, very important. Okay. What exactly happens? This is the very interesting flaw of Agile, I would say. Okay. And for that reason, you need to know that this flaw. What happens? You're working in an industry as an agilist, okay? And one industry you have followed each and everything of Agile, okay? Agile wants you to be adaptable. What Agile wants you to be?
Adaptable.
Yes. You change as per environment, you adapt the environment, and you respond to those changes even at organizational level. So in first organization, you followed each and every element of Scrum, okay, and Agile. In the second organization, you see, like Varsha asked the question, few elements will be used, few may not be used. You saw that it is really not working as per the Agile to what Agile you know. Okay. Imagine you are fully loaded with some knowledge. One child comes in and he tries to, not even a child, with the different experience, he tries to iterate his concept. He wants to emphasize his concept over yours. Will you not feel little resistant in receiving his concept? It is not aligned to you.
Yes.
You may sound, what the BS this guy is talking about. Okay, this is what I have not learned. For years I have followed this, and today he's telling, no, we will not use this, we will not use that. How it would sound to you?
Your generation gap.
Generation gap it may sound, but understand, Agile says that you to be adaptable. Okay, so in case you tomorrow transit into new organization or new industry and some principles are not followed, they have tweaked it in a way because the objective is what? Just delivery, just giving working software to the customer, and it's all about being CDO. Do you understand the concept CDO, what I am bringing?
Customer
delight officer.
So everyone has to be with that intention of being the CDO. And if things are getting fulfilled in that manner, that customer is getting satisfied and he is at the end receiving the working software and giving you feedback, and you have just adapted 10% of agility, okay, or 10% of Scrum framework and rest of waterfall, okay, ultimately things, the purpose has to be fulfilled. Okay, you cannot go there and just fight and feel bad and say that this is what I have not learned. See, is ultimately you have to be adaptable. I understand that not each and every element you are using, but some of them, if you are using, you are attending the stand-up meeting and all. What are all are these? I'm going to tell you. But even if you are just using few elements, you have to, at the bottom line, you have to remember of this agility being adaptable. If you are rigid by just following agile principle, are you really following agile? Ask yourself. Ask yourself, are you really following agile if you are not adapting the changes of the event organization? So this concept I want you to remember that tomorrow you don't start performing with the resistance. The moment you will perform with resistance, it will impact your productivity, and thereby it will impact the organizational goal, and thereby it will impact your personal performance and personal improvement in the organization as well. Because after joining an organization, it's not just you want to deliver a software, but also you want to grow in the organization. Do you agree with this, everyone? Do you agree with this? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So just underline this. Adapt the changes, being adaptable. Tomorrow you may happen to see some person and he has vast experience in Agile and comes to you and he says that, no, this is not how Agile works. We have followed in a different manner. Again, you are going to respect that, because being adaptable is the bottom line, is the mantra that that person might have forgotten. Okay, so no resistance and not being adamant on other person is trying to prove. Let him prove. This is the mature agility. Okay, where the principle and the foundation of the agility is to being adaptable. Any questions so far?
No.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. So now understand, and let me reveal you something. Excuse me. So I'm going to stop screen one more time, and I'm going to share the whiteboard. Okay. So so we have been talking about waterfall model, right? And anyone here who has no IT experience, no technical background or something like that? Anyone here that kind of a person?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
there are many. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, Tahiti has raised a hand. So do you have any question, or just you were just answering me?
Just was answering you.
Okay,
Sorry.
thank you so much. So let's understand. What I'm bringing you something what we call is a waterfall model. I'll tell you what actually used to happen when we were following waterfall model. So first of all, customer used to come to you, okay, and he used to tell you that, hey, I want you to complete this project. And business analyst used to gather what? Requirements. Business analyst used to gather requirement. Okay, so once you gather requirement, next level was used to happen. Okay, team used to analyze that. Okay, requirement gathering, and then you analyze that. And excuse me for this not so good handwriting, so I will choose something else. Okay, you used to analyze that, and then you used to document it. Okay, you used to document it. Right, so far with me, everyone? And once you documented that, so these used to be the process. Okay, once you documented that, then someone said something just now. Yeah, you need to give it to for development, for the designing. Okay, so it's UI used to develop. Okay, look and feel that how it will look like. Okay, so one design used to become design used to get confirmed, then they used to yes, exactly, that's right, they used to code it. Okay, so they used to code it in a way so that it will get integrated with the design. Okay, with me so far? Yeah. So once you used to design, then
Testing.
yes, that's it, absolutely. Then it used to go to testing. Okay, so if someone at this phase finds that there is a flaw in the requirement gathering itself, okay, then what they would follow? they would again go back from this phase to requirement gathering phase, correct it, again analyze it, again correct the documentation, and again redesign that, again recode that, and again test that. Okay. So once testing used to be done, then what used to happen?
Maintenance.
Yes.
Okay, there is before maintenance one thing that we
Is
UAT.
we used to, yes, that's right. We deploy, we ship. Okay, we let it go to the customer's place where or in the new phase or new environment where it can be remain used. Okay, it will become usable. Okay, where actually they wanted to use. So now deployment is done, and then after that this used to come. Just now you said someone said that.
Technical, excuse me. I know before maintenance, I think after test.
Just hang on, James. Just hang on. Let me hear you again. Okay. So wait a second.
The review.
Maintenance after deployment.
So
Maintenance.
wait a second. I'm not able to hear you. Just give me a second, everyone. Yeah, after deployment, it used to come maintenance. Okay. And after maintenance, what used to come? Okay.
Yearly
support. Okay. A support. Sometimes maintenance and support goes together. And in books, there are various variation you will find. However, this has to be this is there for you to understand. Okay. James, you were saying something. Can you say that?
Yeah, I was thinking after test is staging, which is for that testing.
What after testing?
After test, it should be staging, which is for that testing, right? Before deployment.
There are the various environment in the testing itself. Okay. And what you said, that staging is the environment, okay, with the testing. So testing comes with the testing has to be done in the various environment. When you deploy, that you deploy in the staging environment. Are you with me?
Okay, good. Yeah, okay,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. So we will discuss about the various environment later. But when I am explaining you what the idea I want to bring, I want to bring that when it used to happen and when you will look at it, you will find the flow is actually falling down, 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 down. Do you see this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the very reason it used to call as
Waterfall
model. And all the activity happens in any kind of software delivery. Having said so, we have still 5 minutes. I can let you quickly walk through with this one. That is the Scrum framework. How does it look like? Okay. Now, let me quickly give you one example. And this is one of my interesting example. And I really started liking it when someone used this example as a totally non-technical example of a Scrum framework. Okay, someone used that and she got she got placed in one organization just based on this example, just because she shared this example. Okay, so that's the reason I started resharing it in each and every lecture. Okay, so understand this this as a product backlog item. What we will call as
Product backlog.
Product backlog. So product backlog is nothing but a set of requirements. Set of what, everyone?
Requirements.
So once requirement is given to you, a large requirement, but the entire requirement you cannot take it in and take it out for customer to start working on them. So if you cannot deliver the entire requirement at once, then it has to be splitted and it has to be chunked, okay, in a smaller and smaller requirement. With me so far?
Yes.
Yeah. So when you will slice it down in the smaller requirement, then the same product backlog are also known as product backlog items. What it is called as?
Product
Backlog
items.
And you will also hear the term as PBI. What you will hear, everyone?
PDI.
PBI. PB means product backlog, I for item. Okay, clear? Yeah, this is product backlog. Initials are PB and initial of item. Okay, that makes it PBI. So what happens? Once you have these slices, these items of the requirement, you decide, let's get started, guys. Let's get on to the work. And you, all the team, gather one fine day on a decided day for 4 to 6 hours, okay, in one of the meeting. And that meeting will be called as sprint planning meeting. What meeting it will be called as?
Sprint planning.
Yes, where with the help of product owner, you will pull some prioritized, high prioritized backlog item into the sprint planning meeting. And you will discuss those smaller items, those are of high priority. You will discuss upon them that when you have to deliver, using what tools you are going to deliver, and who all will be involved into this delivery, that you discuss into sprint planning meeting. Okay, and you will also get to know, say for example, these are the 20 pieces of the requirement and you pulled 3 in the sprint planning meeting, and you are discussing why 3, because these 3 items are the topmost required item that customer want immediately in the next 2 weeks. Okay, and you want to work on them and you want to take them out within next 10 days. Okay, next 2 weeks. With me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. So far you are able to understand what I am discussing? Yeah, with you?
Yes.
Yeah. So now what happens when in the sprint planning it is decided who will work, how they will work, and one item will take how long to work. So you also take the estimation from your party. Then your sprint backlog is ready. Why sprint backlog is ready? Because 3 pieces of the backlog item you discuss in the sprint planning meeting. And now these 3 priority item has been decided to take it out in 2 weeks. That is, for example, of the sprint, this 2 weeks we are telling that we are going to work for 2 weeks, means 2 sprints. No, so 2 weeks is of 1 sprint. Okay, we have decided in the start itself that we are going to work in each sprint on 3 items, say for example, and each sprint will be of 2 weeks. With me so far?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So now you are ready with the sprint backlog item. What will happen? Say for example, you have to work and finish working upon 3 items in coming 10 days. So every single day you will work with developer, tester, and business analyst or architect. You will meet with that person and you will run a daily scrum meeting. What you will do? Which meeting you will run?
Daily scrum meeting.
Daily scrum. What is that?
Daily
Scrum meeting.
Daily scrum.
Looks like I lost voice. Just a second. Yeah, I lost the voice. Give me a second. And daily scrum is also known as daily stand-up. What it is known as?
Daily stand-up.
Exactly, daily stand-up. And this daily scrum or daily stand-up meeting will not be done more than 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Maximum duration of daily stand-up meeting is how much?
10 to 15 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes is the maximum. So you start discussing daily 3 things: what you did, what you are planning to do, and any problem you're facing. Okay, so you discuss with everything. They just wrap this up answering these 3 questions in presence of Scrum Master. Scrum Master will be facilitating all the meetings. He will ensure all the required participants are participating. So you discuss for the next 10 days, all these three things, three items answered by every single person, all the person involved in the project. And then before you could ship that, you hold another meeting with customers just before 10th day. Okay, just before 10th day, in presence of customer, you demonstrate that and you take the agreement from the customer whether he likes it or he has to share some feedback. And to that meeting, we call it as sprint review meeting. What we call it as?
Sprint review meeting.
The entire sprint work will be reviewed by customer. By whom?
Customer.
So now customer give you a go green. Now you are ready to increment it. Okay, because customer said that I liked it, you just ship it. Okay, and now you reach out to the DevOps guys or deployment guys and tell them, hey, now you package it and ship it towards the customer because it has been done and customer has given us the green signal, and then you deliver it. So the moment you deliver it, everyone, after that delivery, again you have to come back to the sprint planning meeting to pull some more backlog item to start prioritizing it to follow this entire process. But before you get into the next sprint planning meeting, there is a space in between. You as a part of Scrum framework need to hold one more meeting, my dear future Scrum masters, and in that meeting you will discuss again what went well, what did not go well, and if any learning you come up with, and if you can use those learning in new upcoming sprint. With me so far?
Yes, sir.
And that meeting is known as sprint retrospective meeting. Why retro? Retro and inspection. What was the past had to be inspected. Retro means past and inspection means you inspect that. You look at it. You look at the past. With me, and that's the reason it is retrospective. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
So in the Scrum framework, what kind, how many meetings we touch base? Sorry, I went beyond time. So sprint planning meeting, sprint backlog meeting, and sprint review meeting, and sprint retrospective meeting. Okay, so what we will do next time, we will start from the slide itself, and the example what I wanted to share, that I'm going to share in the next time. Okay, so you understood this, the type of meeting, what exactly happened in the, and whatever you saw just now, this design itself is called as a, this entire design is the Scrum framework, Scrum process flow. With me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. So we have, yes, Jyoti.
What's the difference between sprint review meeting and retrospective meeting?
Okay, so in sprint review meeting, customer is involved. Okay, the review happens of the entire sprint has been done, and in this, customer is the person who will tell you whether what you are going to deliver. Here, delivery has not yet happened. Okay, what you are going to deliver, whether it is as per their requirement or not. Okay, they give you the green. Okay, customer gives you the green. Customer says, okay, it is ready to deliver. With me, Jyoti? Yeah. Now what happens in retrospective? Let me answer this first. So what happens in the retrospective, just after review, the delivery has happened and your internal team meets together, customer is not there, where you discuss in this delivery what actually went well, what did not go well, and you share your learning and improvement, and then you discuss whether any learning can be utilized in the next sprint or not. So retrospective happens after delivery, review happens before delivery. Yeah, clear?
Thank you.
Yeah, you are welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so let's go to the another question. Yeah, James, what do you have the question?
Okay, customer in this regard is used for like the BA or the product owner, right?
Can you repeat that?
The customer in this regard, you said when it's a sprint review, the customer is involved. The customer you make that's you interchangeably using it for BA or the product owner, right?
No. Actual customer will be involved. Actual customer.
Okay, the actual customer.
Yeah. So anyways, product owner has to be there. Business analyst would be there. Entire team member would be there. Who developed and who has tested, they will also will be there. But actual customer will be there, and it's customer choice. If they want to invite sponsors, they can invite their sponsors as well. Clear?
Yeah. No, here only Scrum Master will interact with the customer or product.
No, Scrum Master is the person who will just facilitate that. Okay. He makes sure that everyone is ready to communicate, and mostly business analyst or developer developer can present what they have prepared jointly. They can come together. They can jointly present the piece of software that is ready for delivery. Okay. Yes, with me so far,
sir,
everyone.
how do we
Wait a second.
how do
Ankita, just wait a second. I need to refix my speaker so that I can, I can hear you. Just wait a second.
Okay.
Yeah, Ankita, can you now speak, please?
Yes. So so when we prioritize the product backlog items, what basis do we use? Is it again like on the basis of collaboration with the customer or and the internal team?
Okay, I'm afraid that you will have to repeat it. Just wait for a moment for me asking you again to speak up. Yes, I have some technical device challenge. Okay.
Sure, no worries. I can type it in the chat as well.
Yeah, could you now repeat again, Ankita?
Yeah, I was asking on what basis do we decide the product backlog items priority? Is it on the basis of collaboration with customer or internal team?
Yeah, so priority has been decided based on the customer. Customer gives heads up to product owner what they want, and also with the collaboration of the business analyst, product owner, and customer, business analyst also pitch in what will be the best for them. Okay, so business analyst may pitch what will be the best, and collaboratively they decide what they actually want. Okay, and it happens before the sprint planning meeting. That is internal means external meeting held before the project kickoff gets kicked off. Anisha, you want to say something?
Okay. And that would depend upon other factors as well, right? Like the resource availability and then.
Yes. Of course, yes, Ankita. Yes. So, any other question?
So,
yeah, Ankita, speak up.
So all of this will be again on the base, like the customer would have to be on the loop on all of these decisions, right?
Exactly. That starts from the day of requirement declaration. Okay.
Okay,
Amit. So Amit is the person you have joined today. You will get the recording anyway. Are you there, Amit? Are you listening? So Amit, I think you missed the initial point of code of honor the entirely, because before that we connect with the new person. But anyways, if no question, what I want you to do now is that again open up the WhatsApp group and type there what exactly you like the most, what element you like the most, and you are able to still remember that and relate that. And once you will write that, I would encourage you to please summarize that topic as well. Next. Okay, with me so far, everyone? So that will just tell us that what we can expect from you before you come next before Sunday. Okay, so open WhatsApp group and just type what exactly you like the most. Just type, say for example, sprint you like the most, or agility you like the most, or you like the tools. You remember the said item. You will also do the Scrum, some tool preparation. You will choose that, or you also type what tool you are choosing if you can choose that. Okay, So, okay, all right. So any questions so far? If not, we have touched the time and we have gone beyond the time. So I would say a good night to you. Before that, Prerna, do you want to say something as part of closing remarks? Then we can close it and we can wrap up. And we can.
I'm good. Actually, we have been overboard on the time
Yes,
part,
sir.
and we've really learned a lot of important topics today. So I would really request everyone to rewatch the videos and come back to us if they have any doubt. Yeah.
Yes. So thank you so much, everyone, for your participation. I really loved your participation and energy. Bye-bye. Take care and write one word that you feel like saying today in a WhatsApp group. Would love to review them, each one of your answer. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Good
ma'am.
night.
Thank you.